In this video, you'll enjoy the captivating UK red carpet premiere of this year's most anticipated movie, Bob Marley, One Love. Make sure you watch this video to the end as we take you beyond the velvet ropes to catch the glamorous and exclusive interviews with the cast and crew of the film on the red carpet.
feels good to be opening the movie at home. Yeah, Bob was here, and I think, my feeling was always that Bob enjoyed his time in London because he stayed here for a long time, and he created one of the greatest albums of all time from here, and he had a lot of fans here, and I think he really enjoyed it here. That was the only reason why the movie was made, it was them. It's a movie made by Bob's family, and they were part of my process from the beginning. I auditioned and then I was with them. I learned everything I know about Bob through the family and through his friends, even to I was with Bob's friends who knew him when he was 13, 14 years old, and so I got to talk to everyone, and we were trying to find Bob's vulnerability in this movie, what he was like in private, what his struggles were, especially at this time, when he created Exodus, they all nearly died, and so, I got to do that with a family. It was amazing to have them there. Yeah, I think you learn something every time you're on a job, and with this, I guess I'll understand the lessons more clearly in a few years from now, but it was a ride and a half, and it's still sinking in.
The usual way as an actor, you do your research. She has an incredible book that I read pretty straight away. I asked as many questions to myself as I could before I knew that I had to meet her. I had to sit with her and just get the energy, get the vibes. And she agreed, and she welcomed me into her home on a couple of occasions. And I had loads of questions, like hundreds of questions, and I didn't ask one. I just soaked her in. I literally just said, whatever you want to tell me, whatever you want to impart is what's going to help me and it's going to inform the shoot for me. And it did. She's like an energy, spirit, ethereal being that, I can only hope that, I was able to get a little bit of her in the film. It was brilliant. I think absolutely essential to have their guidance and to have them at the end of the phone, across the text, on set, behind the monitors. They weren't watching with like a judgmental eye or questioning anything. They were there just as like protectors of their parents, their legacy and their story. And although we're shooting a film, this is their life, and I think that they really trusted me and Kingsley to come in and just protect their parents. That was my sole purpose, to make sure that Mrs. Marley was upheld. So I don't think I would have been able to reach the point that I did, developing the Rita that everyone's going to know without their help. So very, very grateful they were in on everything.
It's a big, beautiful, spectacle movie. It was shot in Jamaica. The colour, seeing Jamaica in this kind of exceptional, beautiful way is just, worthy of a cinema screen. Also, the sound quality, you need a big speaker to hear these tunes. This kind of music wasn't written to be played on a tiny little phone speaker right there. So that you need the vibrations, physical and emotional, to take hold. Bob's music, like a lot of people, I bought Legend when I was like 13 and loved it and listened to it on repeat for many, many years. And he kind of provided a sort of strange soundtrack, whether it was a party or a more pensive moment, he was kind of there, And then doing this movie, my appreciation of him has expanded, and hopefully when you watch the film you'll agree, it kind of contextualizes the music and gives it meaning and really elevates it. And now, I guess for me, right now in the world, Bob's message and his music is more apt and needed than ever. So, there are many amazing songs I love. I've recently come back to jamming because it has a very particular association for me now, because we shot the amazing sequence, the montage where they're writing jamming and Chris Blackwell's in the mixing box, and it's this very wonderful scene. And in between the
please give a huge hometown welcome to Lashana Lynch.
So when we were shooting jamming, in between the setups, usually on a film set you have to go and sit on your own. In between the setups when we were shooting jamming, usually you go and sit and wait for the cameras to be set up again, a lot of time. And on this particular scene, all the guys in the scene, a lot of them are musicians, Hector Lewis and Aston Barrett and Naomi Cowan. So they would just carry on playing. So we would have these incredible jam sessions in the green room where I'd be tapping away on a coffee cup and singing, and it was just so fun. So for me, jamming has wonderful associations now. Good memories.
UK premiere. Feel nice, man. UK was like a special place for Bob, you know, so it's good to be here to represent that, you know, the UK side of things. Yeah, man, no, family, you know. I mean, the UK was like the place where kind of helped him burst out, you know. So, and it was a big Jamaican diaspora here too, so it's a, you know, we're part of the culture, you know. Yeah. No, that's hard, that's hard. You know, I have a favorite album, Survival, which is the album that kind of awakened my consciousness is the album Survival. Yeah, I mean the message is we can make the world a better place. You know, we can do it. You know, it's yeah. Bob Kingsley says it in the movie as Bob. Yeah, it has to be made. We have to do it. We have to make the world a better place. Rastafari, just one word. Rastafari.
Well, Bob's music was an inspiration from the time I was a little boy. For my birth certificate, my name's Reinaldo Marcus Green after Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey's who Bob studied. So for me, I think it was written, you know. So when the project came to me, I wanted to run from it, but I couldn't. The music chased me down, so I had to do it. I mean, it was paramount to the process. It helped us be better in front of and behind the camera. To have that level of nuance, you know, I felt like we had an extension of Bob on set through his family, through language, through mannerisms, through details, archival, things that aren't accessible to the public. So we had a sort of VIP ticket into his life, and how rich does that make us? It was an incredible wealth of knowledge and information and support. Look, when Bob made music, he didn't make it in 5-1 and 7-1. So to experience his music in a real theater with real sound, I mean, it's a new way to experience his music, his message. And the movie's really for a new generation of Bob Marley fans that don't know his music. And people that do know him and love him, I hope they love him even more. No, Redemption song for sure. I don't know what it is about that song, but it gets me every time. It's quite emotional for me for whatever reason. Just hits that spot. What he was singing for, where he was singing from, just a real special tune. Oh my God, Kingsley Ben-Adir, Lashana Lynch, Anthony Welsh, Tosin Cole, Michael Ward, Michael Gandolfini, James Norton. The list goes on. Our local talent: David Kerr, Ashton Barrett Jr., Naomi Cowie. I mean, so many talent in front of the camera, local, and I don't know, just such amazing. Especially here in the UK, what you guys like have cornered the market on talent. So really wonderful cast.
It's Bob Marley. That's why you should go see it, you know? It's the first time he's been portrayed in a feature film, and it's told by his family, and the message of Bob Marley is transcendent. It's one that I think will last forever, so come along, enjoy the music, but also hopefully feel something. I'd say that's the reason why. This is a question I love, because it flips between so many depending on what I'm listening to. Like right now, I could say this tune, but I love Zimbabwe. It's one of my favorite Bob Marley tunes, and One Drop, which are on the same album, but I'll say those today. I think it's important for the world, to be honest, but I'm really happy that it started off in Jamaica. That's where he was born, where he was raised. The person he is because of where he came from. So it's starting there and then spreading to the world feels very metaphorical for what actually happened.
To the big screen.
Jamaica,
Please give
London,
a very
Paris,
warm welcome
America,
to the
it feels appropriate.
director.
The studio scenes are pretty special because the musicians are so incredible in this film. Some of them it's their first time like being on screen in a feature film, and it was a joy because in between takes we're watching them improvise like music in between, so it felt like a party. And then we would go and do the scene and come back and play music. It was beautiful, seamless. Yeah. I mean, I've yet to see the movie. I'm seeing it tonight, so I can't wait. But I would say that I hope that people see that he was a real person. He was a real man who had flaws and incredible talent and a mission. And the reason I say that is because we all can have a calling and we all can follow our dreams, and we will have setbacks and we have our own insecurities, but how do you overcome them? How do you strive forward with purpose? And I think when we see these great men or these great women, when we tell these stories, we need to make sure that they stay humanized, because we can see how we can be like them if we choose to be. In 3 words, revolutionary, I feel like it's so hard to encapsulate him in 3 words or 1 word.
It's an incredible thing. I mean, feeling as I do about this man and his legacy and his music, having the opportunity to make this film with his family. We shot quite a bit of it here in the UK and even visited places that Bob was here in the UK, Battersea Park and Oakley Street. It's incredible. And obviously we got our incredible Bob and Rita, and they did such an incredible job, and so many incredible UK actors in our cast, so it's incredible. Well, I think there's something about this story where it was in London that he recorded Exodus, which is one of his landmark records, and I feel like this is a period in this film of almost like an exile. Exodus is a story of exile, and Bob's whole life was about these transitions, and this is one of the crucial ones. And as Ziggy was saying, it's like this is, in a way, one of the most formative periods of his life. So the fact that it happened in the UK and you know, the community that he can speak to here is obviously a big part of, you know, what we hope the film will ignite. I mean, his catalog is almost supernatural in nature. I have my favorites. You know, there's probably like a 10-way tie for first or something, or a 50-way tie for first. But I love, you know, I love the songs in the movie. Songs like War and Redemption Song, obviously, but also some of the deeper cuts like So Just and Talking Blues, and even some of the early Studio One stuff. I'm gonna nerd out here, so you want to shut me up probably. He was a deeply spiritual person of great kind of clarity about what was important to him in life. He seemed to be somebody that had like a transcendent message, that everything was intentional in the service of that, and I think that's why the music hits so hard, because it was animated by something really not normal, which is a deeply spiritual purpose. And he seemed to be, from, you know, what I can understand, somebody that really made the most of a very sadly short time.
Make sure to like and comment on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when new videos are released.